with us today, all the way from Bannockburn, Daniel Black. I know I've already introduced you, but it's Daniel anyway. Wow, Daniel. How was your first game last week? Tell us about it. Tell us about players in, players out, how you came to be in A grade. Tell us the works.
Okay, so starting with last week, really happy with our effort, or more happy with the result. It's been a big off-season for us. Change of coaches. Obviously, I'm co-coach, so with Michelle Baker, who's been a long
Around
time.
for a while.
Yep,
Yes,
absolutely.
Michelle has.
So we really were waiting for the season to start, as most clubs are, really looking forward to seeing what we are in reality.
Amanda?
Oh, so new players to the club this year, we'd be interested to know. And big question, we weren't sure at the end of the show last week whether Justine Radford's playing this year.
Yep, okay, so I'll start with Justine. So we've got the same person with a different name. So
Correct,
She got married.
Yep. So Justine's our captain within
Great,
the A grade.
fantastic.
She's a fantastic player.
Until she gets pregnant this year.
Well, yeah, we've worked on that of the off season.
I've already spoken to her.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
She probably did work on it on the off season, but yeah.
It sometimes does happen that way, and all the best to her if that does happen. But we have a lot of faith in her. She's got a lot of involvement with coaching through the junior ranks as well, so she's still there, but under Justine Gadgic.
Yes.
We've got a few recruits this year. We've had a couple of girls come back. So Libby Brekovich, who was with us 2 years ago, she's come back to the club after the birth of her second child.
That's great.
Yep, so she's building into her capacity. I think she's got a lot to offer as a player and as a mind for the club. Erin Schaefer's back playing, and she's playing in goals, which is really handy to have someone who can shoot at a high percentage.
Yep.
She's in goal attack. And we've also got Shannon Leach as well, who's in our mid-court. So,
And where's she from?
She's from St Joseph's. Yep. So, and she's also been at Newcombe. She was a best and fairest winner there, an interleague player.
Is that all?
That's great.
NFL. So,
Yeah.
and she's really, and they've
Donna's
really
just
come
jealous.
along to be a guide for our younger girls, which
That's great,
is
yeah.
our big hope and big development.
And you sound like you've got a lot of experience in that side. It sounds like you've got a good level of experience to lead the team and the club into the next phase.
Well, that's the big hope, really, because what we have got is we've got a backing of juniors and we've got a big community out there.
Yep.
It's a real asset. It's
And
also,
Bannockburn is, oh my gosh, it is growing unbelievably, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So your capacity to have those juniors, you're very lucky to do that.
yeah, and I'll probably, if I was to be honest, these experienced...
No, be honest, please be honest.
Okay, so these experienced players and myself as a coach, we're probably trying to... We see us being competitive this year, but really our big hope is for 4-year plan to sort of be that strong team in 4 years. We had a junior player in our A grade who
is
Bree Ferguson. She played a quarter on the weekend, and
How old is she?
15.
15.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well done to Bree.
Yep, so she held down a goal defence position for a quarter. We also had 2 under-15s playing the B grade, Molly Cross and Georgia Connors. And they're going to be fantastic players. Whether we keep them at the club, that would be the hope. But in 4 years' time, we see them being 19, 20 and our club being a force.
Yeah.
And that's, I think that's, and then speaking from experience at Bellpost Hill, we did a similar thing quite a long time ago before I turned 51 or 50, as you were saying, Donna, where we really invested a lot of time.
You have to admit to it, Amanda.
Time and effort into and developing the junior players. So, you know, Elise DuBois, Kim Martin, there was a few there, and we blooded them at the age of 15, 16 in the A grade side when Bellpost Hill wasn't successful, when we're getting walloped by Corio by 60 goals. So it's an investment to the future and a credit to your club. You know, you've got the right community to draw that strength on to get that junior development up and going. Yeah.
And I don't know how many times we've said it in the past, have we, Amanda, on the show, saying your juniors are your bloodline.
Yep.
And basically, you stick with them and you train them well, and they will stay at the club, and they're your future, and everyone has to look after their juniors, because otherwise, without your juniors, you are nothing. Just remember that. So
exciting times for Bannockburn. Really exciting, and great to see Michelle Baker's back again coaching. You know, is she playing as well?
She is playing.
Great. It'd be a waste if she didn't play.
Yeah, she's a real talent.
Yep. And just from our point of view from you, Daniel, we know that you've been in the GDFL for a little while coaching. You've coached the B grade side for 2 years?
Yeah, 4 years ago I think I started.
Oh goodness,
but
okay,
then I
wake up
disappeared.
Amanda.
I went to Scotland for a year, lived in Scotland for a year.
What, they drove you that far away?
Yeah, they made me
Was it
shift.
that bad?
Yeah.
That bad you had to go to Scotland the other side
Yeah,
of the
that's
world?
right.
So how did you get involved in coaching netball?
Probably a bit of a family affair. So I played football at Bannockburn, so I was a seconds player. Realistically, had a great time, great community. My wife was playing at Bannockburn in the very first year that it started. So back when it was the days where the guys were playing football and their partners were playing netball.
Yeah, it's okay. I remember those days. It's okay.
So my wife was involved then. When I'd finished with football, I've also got a phys ed background, phys ed teaching background, so I'm a teacher. There was a lot of resources already in football. There was, there's plenty of people to help out there, and I figured that I could probably provide best assistance at the netball.
Fantastic.
So wife and 2 daughters. It seems like a realistic transition
to go
for me.
into.
Yeah, absolutely.
Might have been a big difference if you had wife and 2 sons.
Well, you never know. Yeah. At that time when I first went into it was without kids, and I just thought that potentially I could offer something to the club in that role.
It's fantastic. So obviously around fitness pre-season, how's that looked for the Bannockburn girls this year?
Well, Michelle Baker's probably been the major pre-season runner. Yeah, because I've also am a co-coach of the Bannockburn Cricket Club. So my season...
So you don't do much at all?
Yeah, so it's been... I took that role on this year, and so I was working with in-season training plus pre-season training. So I was there 1 night a week, and Michelle was really offering 2 nights, 1 night of fitness and 1 night of training through the pre-season.
And it sounds like you and Michelle have got a really good balance out there. You've got obviously Michelle's playing, but it is hard to be a playing coach at times. So great for you to be able to co-coach with her and have that visibility from the side of the court as well to assist and just strengthen the decisions that both of you are making as coaches during the games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I coached Michelle in the B grade, so I've had a long-term relationship with Michelle.
Don't tell your wife that.
Yeah. Well, she's fantastic. She's just a star. She gives a lot to the club. She's a sponsor there. She's a business operator out at Bannockburn. She's super fit and offers everything in the game.
So she's the spine of the club, so to say.
Well, she's number 1 ticket holder this year, so
Michelle.
she's getting recognised, which
she
should.
So you should.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel, congratulations on last week. Good luck in the future, this season.
Thank you.
And we'll see you around, no doubt. Thank you for coming in this morning, and stick around. We'll be back after
the best from all the league to show them how to play and form a mighty team. The pride of our region with all our favourite sons. Never